Yeah. So before going to start Python, just I want to explain you how to install the Python and its related library in our missions. Then you can easily practice while explaining in the class. Okay. So if everyone is joined using laptop, so then simply you can follow my instruction to download the Python Anaconda distribution, so which is a platform for everything, whatever you want to install anything. Okay, it has a lot many inbuilt components like Spider and Jupyter Notebook like that. So that's why generally for the beginner purpose, I used to explain with the Jupyter Notebook. So that's why everyone has to download this software in your local machine. Once after completing this Python, I'll introduce how to use the VS Code for writing the code, all those things for the next generative AI topics. Okay. Till that everyone is clear. So if everyone is logging from laptops, you can simply go to a Google and type Anaconda download. Okay, then you will see the first link, and you can press here, and then you will redirect it to this page, and here you will find download and get access in 30 seconds like that. But we don't want to register here, so that you can click on the skip registration button. Okay, so 1 minute. After that, you can click on this one. So it will downloads in your machine. So is that clear? So is anyone is following my instructions?
Yes.
Yeah. Please download it, and I'll wait for a couple of minutes. Okay. So it will take around, it is around 300 MB. So it will take 2 to 3 minutes. And meanwhile, I'll explain you some concepts which are in Python. So then we can cover this gap time. Okay. Can I continue, or do I need to wait for this installation purpose? Okay.
You can continue. This is for
This is for
this one,
IDE.
like I just
Yeah, installation purpose, where we are going to use a Jupyter notebook. Jupyter notebook. After a couple of completing this Python class, we are going to introduce VS Code, which is going to useful in our real world. Everyone knows about the VS Code. So for the beginning purpose, because if you know what is happening in each and every step, you will get clear understanding how Python is working and how our code is working like that. Okay. Let me change my network also. Give me a minute. Sorry, because it is showing your internet is very low like that. Yeah. So is my internet is changed or not? I don't know.
Hi, morning. So from this Anaconda web page, you want us to download the application?
Yes, Anaconda distribution. That is one way. If it is not working in your case, I'll show you another way how to install Python, all those things.
Okay, can you show me how to download it first?
Yeah, sure, definitely. is showing. Do not show it up. Okay. Okay. So start like this. Go to Google, then type Anaconda. Okay. Then after that, just click on here, download Anaconda distribution. Then here, skip registration. Okay. After that, it will redirect it to this page. There you can click on this Windows 64-bit graphical interface installer. So it will download into your local machine. Clear? If it is Mac, you need to download the things which is under Mac tab. Is clear? Can I move?
Yes, Satish.
Okay, thank you. Okay. So as you know, for every software, um, anything, for example, we have different types of things. If you talk about the front end and full stack application, what will happen? In full stack, there is a one database. Okay, there is a one front end and there is a back end. So what it does, users are generally going to interact from front end. Okay, so they will access whatever the data they required. For example, if you're looking for, if you're you are using Instagram, Facebook, what will happen? Generally, what you used to do, you will go to log into web. I'm talking about the web application. Okay, so whenever you log into web application, this is used to ask the username, password. Then after what it does, if everything is good, then only it will show you it's related your related pages or posts or something else, whatever you want. It's related to application. So what it does, whatever the our passwords, whatever our posts, comments, all are stored in our databases. Okay, so databases. So whenever you request some information from backend, so you used to whatever the user asks here, that is going to hit the backend, and it is going to verify everything, and then it will come back to your your front end. So what it does here, so with the help of front end, we are accessing our data from the back database. So for that, we require some communication. So for that, we required a backend. Okay. So in the backend, we used to follow all these things. So user asks, user has logged into the system, and we are going to take the information from the user like password and username, all those things, and then we are going to fetch their related information from DB. And here we are going to process everything. We are going to validate everything, like is this real user or is password is correct, all those. Just I'm saying example. So is it real or not, like that? It will execute the things. So whatever the things which is going to be happen in between. And for this thing, for to validate the information, whatever the user has given, whatever the data which is present in our database, we require some medium. So without that medium, we can't validate the thing. So that's where we are going to use a backend programming languages. So here we have multiple programming language like C, C++, Java, like there are so many Node.js, like there are so many programming languages are available to process these things. To automate this programming language acts as a medium between database to user. Okay, so then it is going to process here, and same like all these things, we have Python also. Okay, so here in our generative AI application, any data science application, we used to go with the Python. Why we are not going with the C++, Java, Node means here in Python, in Python there are lot many dependency libraries are inbuilt. They have created they have created. Just we can import those libraries from the Python and you can use as like you want. So that's why we used to go with the Python. And if you ask, there are dependency libraries in Java and Node.js. We have here also. You will ask because most of the data science related application, machine learning, deep learning, and generative AI application, all generate whatever the application you are going to build, whatever the packages which are useful for to develop that one, all packages are present in Python. So that's why we are not going with the C++, like this type of programming language. So if you ask can we use instead of Python for other instead of Python can we use any other language? Yes, you can use, but it will take much time to develop all the things from the scratch. Okay, so that's the advantage of over between all the languages present in the industry compared to Python. So that's why we are going to choose the Python. And one more advantage is whatever the things we are going to perform with the help of C++, Java, Node, any other language, all are we can do with all the things with the Python also. So no add-on advantages we can use for backend medium parts, and we can use for generative AI application, any application we can use Python. So that's why Python is very important for our generative AI application. Okay, till that clear. So is everyone is downloaded Anaconda distributions, Anaconda software? Okay. So
Yes.
now we got to know that why we choose Python for AI applications. Okay. So because of lot many in dependency software, dependency packages are already built in Python. So we don't want to develop everything from scratch. We can use whatever the packages which are presently inside our Python libraries, Python. So then we can use those things for our development purpose. So why it is important means, like if you develop anything from scratch, you have to take care of everything. So if you use available packages, then you don't want to do anything, just you can use those things. If you know how to use the different packages in your system, then you can use. That's why we are going to choose the Python packages instead of other things. And if we talk about this is about the Python. Okay, so no, the first topic in Python is a variable. So everybody knows, like if you talk about the real-time example, like in our real-life home example. So if you want to store a rice, okay, we require some bowl, okay, and then we are going to use. Then we are going to store this rice into this bowl. So this is called a variable in real time in Python way. So in what will happen in RAM. So generally, what we are going to do whenever you are creating a variable, whenever you are going to store a variable, store a value in RAM, we require to store in some specific location that is called container. Okay. So for that container, in that container, we are going to store whatever the values we are going to provide. Example, variable help us to store information in memory. So we can use it later for later in the programming. So first we will store the value in the container, nothing but a variable. Okay, then we will use this variable, whatever the value stored in this variable we will use further implementation in our program. So that's why we required variable, and variable is only for store the values, whatever the values you are going to use in your upcoming programming, like that. Okay, so that is one more example is such, like is simple analogy. Think of a variable like a water bottle label. The bottle stores the water, and the label tells us what inside. So simple example. This is one example to understand the variable how it is looks like. Okay. So here we are like here a name is a variable, and we are going to store the value Abhi in that variable, and age is a variable, and we are going to store 25 in that variable. So these things we are going to utilize in our further programming. For example, if you want to use Abhi in your programming, so that what you will do, you won't write Abhi inside the program, just you will call this variable name, so you can get the you can extract the related information from that variable which is stored inside that one. Okay. Example, I'll show you one example here. For example, now just I'm writing print name. Hello, I'm writing hello. Then no, I don't want to write Abhi here again. Here again. So it is a static, like we are going to provide you what are the value which we are going to provide. So but if you want to use the value which is present in the name side, so then you are going to use a name variable here. So then you can retrieve whatever the values you have stored inside there. Why we need means, like for instance, for sometimes we used to go with Abhi, and it will change according to the situation. Now it is Abhi, after some time it is Satish, after some time it is Rakesh, like that. So whatever the content present inside that variable, it will dynamically vary as per the need. So for that we are going to choose the variable names. Okay, so this is a name, this is a variable, and for this variable we are going to put a name, that is name. Okay, this is a variable name is name, like that. Okay, so till this variable concept is clear. Okay, so here name is a variable and Abhi stored inside it. Inside the variable, name is a variable and Abhi is stored inside the variable. And age stores number 25, like that. Okay, and here we have some rules while creating the names for the variable. So generally, what is that? What will happen? So so this is a name. Okay, and we are storing Satish as a keyword. Satish as a value. So what will happen here? Inside this name, we are storing this value. So this is actually common name is for this entire thing is variable. Okay. So another one more thing is student. This is Satish. So here we are putting value and here we are storing some other value. But what we are doing here, one variable name is name, another variable name is student name. But the common name is for both is variable. Okay, we are identifying this value with the help of name. We are identifying this value with the help of student, and you can use some other also like course equal to Python. So here we are identifying this Python with the help of this variable name course. This is also variable. Common name is variable, and we are identifying this Python with this course. But if you use for all these things as a name variable, so it will not work. We are identifying different names as like human. Like each and every human has different humans, which is useful to identify easily. That's why. Okay. So in here we have some rules while keeping names for the variable. The first name that is called variable naming rules. Okay. So here first thing is variable name must start with letter or underscore. So what it means, like if you are using name equal to Abhi and underscore age equal to 25, these are the right things. So if you are starting with one name, so for to store this Abhi value, you have used one variable and you are putting name that as a one name. So here it is wrong because where first rule is variable name must start with variable. First start with letter. You should not start with number, and you can start with underscore. Okay, but you should not start with any number. So that's why we need to keep in mind while putting names for the variables. It should start with it should start with alphabets only, not with the number. Okay, and next thing is variable names cannot contain space. For example, um, here we have given a name student, then we are providing space, then we are providing name. So here in between, while creating a name, we have provided student and name. Then we are storing this Rahul. So when you use this type of naming convention, Python will give you the error. Okay, so then what you have to do, instead of putting space, if you are not like in generally what will happen while writing in English, so what you should do, like you are writing to you are going to give some spaces to understand better readability. So in the same way in Python also we used to follow the same way, but if you use a space in between the variable name, it will not accept you. So for that, instead of that, you can use underscore in between whenever you want to separate the two words in one sentence like that. So that will be a readable format. You can usually read those things like that. Okay. So use instead of space, you can use underscore symbol. Now let me check whether really is giving 1 minute. I'll show you. Okay. So let me try. So I'm giving a name. Already we tried with this name, this type of convention name equal to Satish. 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 Okay. Now what happened here? It will take accept to run this cell. So actually this is one executed code, and to run this cell, we used to click shift plus enter. So then what happened? It is going to be it will execute, and then after it will store the value Satish inside this name. So if you type name again, if you execute this one, it will execute it. So it will give you the value which is present inside this code. Okay. And this is executable code. Whatever the code you have written inside this block, you need to write, you need to execute, you need to type shift plus enter. Then this line is going to be executed. So how like that you need to run each and every cell in the Jupyter notebook. I'll explain the Jupyter notebook how to launch all those things also. So after this one, I'll explain. Okay. And now type, if I start with, if I show you another example, like COU course, if I give like this,
So, Satish, if it is a string, we can provide single values.
sorry, I can't hear you.
So the main variable which is naming, it is a string data type,
Yes, it's a
right?
string data type. Yeah.
So we provide quotes or the double quotes, or both would be accepted.
Again, I lost your voice. Could you please repeat again? I lost your voice actually.
Whether the name can be given as single code or double code.
You can use anything. I'll show you those things are coming in the string data type. I'll explain you. We can use different types of notations. You can use double quotation also. I'll show you example.
So both are accepted
Both are
in.
acceptable. Triple quotes also acceptable here. Like
Okay.
I'll show you here course name. Uh, Python. I'll show you, I'll take double quotation Python. Okay. So what happened here? When I use space between course and name, you will get a syntax error, that is invalid syntax. So instead of that, if you use this type of notation, it won't give you the things. Okay. And if you are talking like here, I use the single quotation, and here I use double quotation, and you can use triple quotations also. Especially we will use triple quotation for multi-lines text, not for the single word or single line text. If you want to store multiple lines of text in a given variable, so for that scenario you are going to choose a triple quotation. Okay. So but even if you use for a single line text, if you use triple quotation for single line text, it will work. It won't give you any syntax error. So I'll write here. So then I'm typing simple. So it is going to give you. So now if I type course, yeah, so it is going to give you. And yeah, So like that, instead of giving space between the variable, you can use underscore symbol while selecting your variable name. Okay, and this is the second condition. You should not variable name cannot contain spaces. And the third condition is only letters and numbers and underscores are allowed. So where in between. Okay, so for example, this is a student. Okay, so here what happened? No, what third rule is saying, only letters, numbers, and underscores are allowed. So the correct method is student one. Abhi, it is working fine. User underscore age, it will also working because these two are follows the first and second rule. Because in the first rule, what is the name should not start with the any numbers, it should start with the only alphabets, and only allowed symbol is underscore we have. Okay, if we use user hyphen age, it will not work you because only in Python only allowable symbol is underscore. Other than that, whatever you use, it will give you an error, syntax error. Okay, so that's why it won't work. And if you are using any other at the rate symbol instead of underscore, it will give you a syntax error. So only special character which is allowed, that is underscore. Other than that underscore, no any other special character is not working like dollar symbol, at the rate, asterisk. Asterisk generally we used to follow to comment the code in the Python. We'll use hash, but while creating any variable name, while writing any code, anything, you cannot use a asterisk symbol. It will be only for commenting purpose only. Example, for example, now you are writing some explanation here. So this is a text which is not a code. So at that instance of time, you are going to use asterisk symbol. So that is comment. Comment nothing but which is explaining the your code. Whatever the code you have written, you are if you want to explain about that line, so you are going to use a asterisk symbol. Okay, that is example. And another one more thing is a variable. Variable names in Pythons are case sensitive. So what is mean by case sensitive? So for example, you have created name equal to Satish. Okay. Now in the while writing the code, you have used capital name. As per the human, this name and this name both are same. But as per the Python, Python is a case sensitive language. So that however you have defined in the programming in the while creating a variable, in the same way you have to use the same name, not instead of like not like the capital N instead of this one. If you use this one, you won't get the things. So that time you will get some error that is not defined. So whenever you are executing, you need to do mistakes and then you need to understand the error what it is saying. Based on that you will get clearly know how to solve the problem, all those things. Okay, so you need to read the error message and you need to understand. Based on that understand, you need to modify the things. Okay, so Python is a case sensitive. You need to use however you define, how at the time of writing program code, however you define the name, you need to use the same name in your modules, upcoming things. And Python keywords cannot be used. So every programming language has some keywords, nothing but those are the reserved words. Like if you know, everyone knows about the for loop, for, while, and if, like that. And is, in all these are the keywords from all these keywords are in every programming language. And in the same way, Python also has some 33 keywords, so which are not going to be used for the variable names. Okay, even if you use, it will work for you, but what will happen while writing the code, you are going to confuse whether you are going to write whether you are going to write a for loop, whether you are going to write and or like that. So that's why, to avoid human confusion, so we kept this rule as part of our naming rules. So we should not use any reserved words for the naming convention. Use any different names other than this naming convention. Okay, that's it. So example, we have, So here we have if, else, for, while, import, return. These are the keywords in Python. This is a sample keywords, not only these five keywords. There are 33 reserved words are there. By using those 33 reserved words, we are going to write a code in Python. Okay. Yeah. So next thing is reserved words. Reserved words nothing but reserved words are also called keywords in Python. These words already have special meaning in Python, so we cannot use them as a variable name. So as I said, like for every each and every reserved word, it has some specific meaning for that one. So with if you use that word in Python while writing code, Python can understand the meaning of that word. So that's why we should not use as a reserved words. Okay. And reserved words are a predefined words in Python that are useful for specific programming purpose. If you are writing a for loop, if you are writing a loop, so then you are going to use for loop. For loop is nothing but iterative statements like that. So each and every keyword has its different meaning. So like that in Python we have these many different types of reserved words, and here if you see false, none, true, and as, asset, break, class, def, elif, like this there are different types of reserved words are there. And with the if you know the context of each and every reserved words present inside these reserved words, you will like you will write any type of programming, because if in while writing the code, we require to know what which reservoir does which type of work. So if you know that context, our 10% of coding is done, remaining is developing the logic. So that's why we require to know all the meanings of the reservoirs which is in Python, but no need to remember everything for now only. Okay, while learning Python, so we used to use all the reservoirs each and every step. Then each and every step you will get to understand meaning of that reservoir, why we are using, when we are using. So if you remember that type of context, you never forgot the reservoir's meaning like that. Okay, so every reservoir has a human related it's a English meaning only, like how we are understanding the English based on the names, all those things. In the same way, the same meaning will be behind, present, inside, present for the all these reservoirs. Okay, so till that everything is clear. So example, if we are using, this is a keyword. So generally, if we are going to use for condition, else for alternate condition, for loop, we are going to use for looping, while repeating, def for function creating. Like that, we have example of keywords and its related purpose like that. Okay. So all things we are going to learn while creating every each and every step. Okay. Till that everything is looks good. Anything is not clear? If you are not clear, please ask me. I'll guide you. Yeah. Okay. So if everything looks good, then now I'll show you how to launch a Jupyter Notebook and all those things. So once after installing the Anaconda in your Python in your module in your mission, so then you need to go to our search bar. Okay, search bar nothing but here this one. So here you need to type Anaconda Navigator. Okay, so after clicking this one, it will take 2 minutes to show this type of i- this type of page on your screen. Okay, after that there is a Jupyter notebook here. Okay, so after opening that one, you will see this type of page. Then if you scroll down here, you will find a Jupyter notebook. Yeah, so here. So then you have to click on launch button. Okay. So then after, it is going to install this Jupyter notebook in your machine. And if you see here, there are a lot many inbuilt things. You can use PyCharm as an IDR, and you can use Jupyter Lab, and you can use Spider. So and VS Code. These are the uh, these are the different types of IDEs which presently using in our real world industries. Okay, so most of the people, 90% people are using VS Code only. Only 10% of people are using a Spider. Okay, as of now, in my experience, no one is haven't seen any person which he is using a spider as an ID in the real time example. Okay, so everyone uses VS Code, and in this session also we are going to use VS Code only, not any other things. And PyCharm also one of the great IDE for Python developers, but everybody no everyone is transitions from their from the Java something different background. Na? Everybody knows about the VS Code better than the PyCharm, so that's why everybody using VS Code. Okay. Cool. So clear? Can I move? Can I explain how to launch the Jupyter Notebook? All those things. Okay. So
Yes.
once
If we
once after
install
yeah
Anaconda, this kind of environment.
after installing Anaconda, you need to you need to search
Yeah.
Anaconda Navigator in your
Yes.
search bar. Then
Mhm.
it will take 2 minutes to if based on your memory all those things. So if you have a good mission, then it will open immediately. If you have a very like memory very less memory like that, so 2 GB RAM, yeah,
Okay.
4 GB RAM, it will take some time and it will open. So then after
Okay.
you will see this type of image, and then you need to move to Jupyter Notebook, and there is a Jupyter Lab and Jupyter Notebook. You need to launch on Jupyter Notebook, not this one. Okay. So
Okay.
automatically after 2 minutes, it will be it is going to install in your laptop. Then after completing, then you can close Anaconda, and next time onwards you don't want to open Anaconda Navigator. Only for the instance installing purpose only you are going to open Anaconda Navigator. Next time you should not open Anaconda Navigator. So here then type Jupyter. After installing the Jupyter Notebook, then here you come and click on this Jupyter Notebook. Okay. Then after clicking this information, after this clicking, I'll click here. You will get to clear understand. After clicking that, you will see this type of command prompt where Jupyter Notebook is launching. Okay. After that, it is going to redirect you to our web browser. Okay. Here, it is redirected to our Google Chrome. So while redirecting, it will ask you which type of browser can I use, like Microsoft Edge, Mozilla Firefox, or Google Chrome. So based on your wish, like according to your wish, you can choose anything. There is no performance drop. Whatever you use the browser, it's for rendering the things only, not for the executing the things. Okay, yeah. So after that, you will see this type of screen. Okay, so then you can close here. Mm, yeah. Okay, so this type of after launching the browser, you will find this type of screen. Then you can use any or you have a different types of things. Na? So these are the directories which are present inside. These are the directories which are present inside your machine. And if you will find here new as a tab. So here you will find new. Okay. So then you can click new. Then after that you will see all these things. So then you can choose a Python as a Jupyter Notebook platform. So then automatically it will open a new tab with a Jupyter Notebook platform. Okay. Then you can close this Anaconda tool. This is your uh, programming place where you are going to use. And here, if you see, there you have a file, and you can import, you can open whatever the files you have existing in your mission. You can go with that. Again, if you want to open new notebook, you can go with the notebook, and it is automatically saves whatever the things which you are working in this notebook. So no need to no need to no, you have to save every time after running each and every cell. It automatically saves by default. No need to work on that one. Okay. And these are the things. If you want to download the things, you can download the things, whatever it may be. And these are the things, rename, you know all these things. Okay. And yeah, then after that there is a buttons like this here. Okay. So this is one executing coding cell. So there where you can write all the things whatever that you want to execute. So here as of now we know how to create a variable. So I'm creating one x as a variable. Then I'm writing some name. Okay. And if you want, you can write how many lines you want to write inside that logic. So if this, like this example, you have written some example, like so many lines of code. So example, let's understand these are the code. Okay, if you run, if you want to run this entire cell, you need to execute shift plus enter. Then this code is going to be, this code will, this code will executed. Okay, now after that, if you see, if you type hex, you will see the output of the value. For example, now I typed x and shift plus enter. Now whatever the values we stored inside this variable, we're able to see that value here. Okay, so like that. And well, I will show you one more example. mm, X equal to 30, y equal to 20. Now print x plus x plus y. So here I have written 4 lines of logic. So all 4 lines are going to be executed if I execute shift plus enter. So if you see all 4 lines are executed. All are at one time only. No need to run multiple times. So if you have multiple lines, so you think, if you think we do we need to and execute multiple? No. If until all the lines of codes present inside one cell, it will be executed once after executing the shift plus enter. So like that, code cells are working. If you want to add more number of executed code cells, you can use plus symbol like this. Okay, so if you use this plus symbol, this is going to create a new code block for each and every place. So this is one code block, and this is one code block, this is one code block, this is one code block. And like this, you can execute how many code blocks you want, you can use it. And if you talk, if you ask, bro, here I have created like couple of variable x and y. So now I have executed, now I got 50. So can I access these values from this cell? Yes, you can access. And this is a shareable memory across this entire this notebook. But you can ask, you cannot access these values from another notebook. You can access the values inside that notebook only, not from any another notebook. Okay, so like that. Um, so if I have created a values here. No, I'm executing here. So now I'm getting 30. So you can access wherever you want. And if you want to cut this, if you want to delete this cell, okay, so if you want to delete this cell, you can use this cut symbol. Okay, and this is a run, you can run from this also, you can use this also, you can use shift plus enter also. There are multiple ways to execute the block in a Jupyter notebook. Okay, and this is kernel. For example, you have written some code which is taking a long time to execute all those things, but it is not correct. So then you can't, while executing the code, you can't stop in manually. So for that, what you are going to do, you can use this interrupt the kernel. It means it will stop the execution of the code for the current instance of time. So like that, you can use this stop symbol to execution of the code. Okay, and here, for example, now I have written some logic. Now I want to, I don't want to consider this as a code block. Just I want to mark, just I want to see that as a text one. Like if you use this markdown text, it won't treat that as a code block. It will treat that as a normal text fill. So whenever you run, it won't give you any type of error because that is not a code block. Okay, so like that we can choose how do you want to behave this type of block. Like this is a one code block, so you want to behave this code block as a text block or a code block. So if you want to behave this as a text block, you can go to simply modify markdown file. So it will treat, it will act as a text block, not as a code block. If you write any coding, any programming inside that text one, it won't execute, it will return same like that, like it won't store anything also. So like that we will use this one. And yeah, this is about the Jupyter Notebook introduction. If you have any question, please ask me. So yeah. So for example, if you want to use, you can use any new notebook or anything like that. Clear?
What does run means? Use
Sorry,
information, code and work down.
sorry, come again.
Okay. No. There is a raw also in drop down,
Yeah,
right?
raw also one type of modules. Let me check. Let me show you. Okay. For example, x equal to just I'm writing Python is very easy. Okay. Now this is a code block. If I execute, I'll get an error. If I execute, I'll show you three different types of notations. Okay. So what will happen? This is Python is very. Now it is marking that as a raw text file, text block. So what happened here? So it is taking however however you have given in the same way it will take, not any specific. It won't give you anything like that. Clear? There's not much difference between Markdown and raw, but in Markdown you can use extra. You can retain the format of the pasted data. For example, now I have created this is the one Markdown file. So I have given. If you see here, I have if I want to give you a bold for the letter, all those things, then I can use here. But in raw, I can't use this type of design. It will show you
Okay.
however you want. It will show you like in the same way. You can't give you
All
the.
right. Okay.
You can give add styles to the text, all those things. It will show raw things. Yeah, clear?
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. So yeah, this is about the Jupyter Notebook introduction and variable names. Yeah. So till that everything looks good, please install the software in your local machines. Please ready. And tomorrow onwards, you have to join with the computers only. So while explaining, you can start practicing in your missions. Then it will be useful for our practicing all those. You don't want to spend again some time for the practice all those things. Okay. So tomorrow onwards, I'm going to start the tomorrow I'll start this I'll share this notebook with everyone. You can use this for your reference. Okay. And tomorrow I'm going to start the data types and I'll speed up the things from tomorrow onwards. Clear?
Okay.
Yeah.
How
Thank
many
you.
days Python introduction and all will have
Sorry, Kala.
parts?
Sorry, Kala. I missed your voice.
There are four parts in this course, right?
Yes, in this code.
Yeah. How long will the Python fundamental
Yeah.
the rest?
So, first, it will take at least 1 week to complete the Python because I want to
Okay.
focus on more on Python. I want to make your
Yeah.
hands dirty on Python. Then only you will understand, you will write anything, whatever you want. Like, even though we have a different types of platform which will help for us code, but we want to understand and we want to know how to write the code, all the things, and how to think for the logic, like all the I want to give you all these concepts here. So that's why I want to put more time on this one. Then after everything is a
Okay.
concept oriented, you will understand very clearly. That's why it's a practical oriented session for the Python, all those things. Clear?
Okay. The
Yeah.
sessions will be on Saturday and Sunday also.
No, Saturday, Sunday, we are going to provide you some tasks, okay? And
Task. Okay.
yeah, you have to work on that one. We have a Rakesh here, so
Mm.
he is going to guide you on the task, how to move forward, all those things. And for the Python also, he is going to give you some tasks, and he will guide you how to think and how to start, how to write the code, all those things. Okay? Yeah. Clear?
We will
Any
be providing daily
daily also.
contests, right?
Whenever you have some time, you can connect with Rakesh and I'll give you his number. And
Okay.
whenever you free and he free, you both connect and you can start practice together. Okay.
Okay.
So
Okay.
here in Python, like we have different types of topics. One is data types. After that, flow control statements, and then next function. So for each and every topic we have created some programming codes, all those. So we will give you those things and you have to practice yourself, and you can connect with Rakesh also. He will guide you how to solve those things, although. Yeah. Clear?
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you.
Great. So I'm ending this session if you are okay. If you don't have any question, we'll connect again tomorrow. Please log in with your laptops for the practice purpose while explain the class. Yeah, for the, especially for the entire Python one. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Chilo then. Bye. See you.